Hello everyone. This is going to be a quick two-circle BFM practice. I'm in the F-16C, flying against the MiG-29, flown by AI set at the veteran level. All pylons have been removed from both aircraft, so they're clean airframes. Both airframes carry, I believe, 65% fuel. So here's the merge. I'm trying to keep around between 400 and 420 airspeed, and I'm trying to kind of fly not in a straight line because the AI will shoot me if it gets a chance. So here's the first turn. I'm trying to keep my airspeed up. In the meantime, the bandit is trying to, he went up and he's trying to come down on me. So he flew past, he couldn't quite get a shot. So he flew past me, now he's down there, picking up speed. And I'm still struggling to maintain this proper speed for the F-16 between 400 and 420, so here's my first mistake. I actually went down to 360, but I picked up some speed again. So far so good. So we're in a classic two-circle fight, chasing each other's tails. And the F-16 is definitely winning. Now the bandit figures out that I'm getting behind him, so he changes the geometry of the fight. He goes up, and I follow him a little bit delayed because I tried to pick up some speed. Kind of missed that shot. Yep, and now that cost me my airspeed. I'm down to 270 knots. I'm trying to make that up. Another opportunity, and I nicked him. But I think he's still in the fight. So my airspeed's down to 350. So here's an opportunity. He's down below me. There's an opportunity to pick up some speed. I think he's going to do this rolling scissor thing, which the AI favors very much. I'm gonna have none of that. I'm just gonna stay with my game, keep it around. So right now I'm a little fast, actually too fast. 460, 467. So now I slow down. So that was another mistake, but I slowed down too much. So now I'm at 365. Okay, no harm done. He's still down on the deck. Back in the proper speed range, so we're doing a two-circle fight again. This time I'm going to the right, and once again he notices that I'm gaining on him, so he goes for the vertical. I have the energy, so I'm gonna pull up, or not. Once again, stupid mistake. I went too fast. I went 480 knots. I'm at about 430 knots now, and he's going up again, so here's my second opportunity, maybe a third, and this time he's down for the count. Here's a parachute. Fortunately, he managed to jump, and we're just gonna follow this guy down the empty airplane all the way to the ground. So that was round one. Not a very clean fight. I certainly made a lot of mistakes. I lost airspeed, then I gained too much airspeed. Here's the Tacview. At the merge, I go horizontal, trying to keep up my airspeed. He goes for the vertical, and it looks like he's trying to pull an angle, but he doesn't quite get the angle. And then as you can see, he tries to get the angle, but he loses speed, and then he goes down to pick up some speed. And now he looks like he's behind me, but I'm just going to keep my circle, keep my airspeed up, and keep the two-circle fight. So he's cutting the corner there, but he can't get his nose around quick enough. And I'm just staying in the circle. So classic two-circle fight, nose to tail, as they say. He's chasing my tail, I'm chasing his tail. So once again, he has lost a lot of airspeed. I'm maintaining mine. He's lost a lot of his airspeed, so he's trying to go up. And here's my first opportunity, which I missed badly. And that cost me my airspeed. And now I'm going down to pick up some airspeed, and the game begins again. I nicked him the second time around. And now he's trying to turn this into a one circle fight, nose to nose, but it gives me an opportunity to come down and regain my airspeed. So now we're back in the two circle fight, nose to tail chase, but we're on the deck. I have my airspeed back up, and I'm doing the two circle fight with him. So we're pretty much at the opposite ends of the circle now, but I'm gonna slowly gain on him. And once again, he's sacrificing airspeed to gain some angles, but can't quite get the angle. So once again, he changes the geometry of the fight. He goes for the vertical. Notice that he's climbing pretty good, even though he's only barely has enough airspeed. That's the AI for you, but I'm not having any of that this time. I'm keeping my circle fight. And here comes another opportunity. Comes down, picks up airspeed, and tries to go up again. And this time I have the energy to follow him and finish him off. So here comes the shot. And that's one bandit down. Alright, so several mistakes on my part, but all is well that ends well. Here's round two. Keeping track of my fuel status. Again, we start both of us with 65% fuel. And here comes the merge. Again, I try not to fly at him because the AI will take a shot. There's no gentlemanly behavior there. He will take a shot and shoot you down if you give him a chance at the merge. Once you survive the merge, then it becomes a matter of practice and the capabilities of the airframe. So once again, I'm going left two circle fight. He went up, but then lost speed and went down to the deck to pick up some speed. I'm staying up on top. Actually, I'm picking up way too much speed now. Once again, I'm at 280. I'm pulling too many G's, so I cut the engine down, and I'm back in the 400 or so speed range. Two circle fights, still flying horizontal, slowly gaining on him. It's a classic two circle fight. He's trying to point his nose down to pick up some airspeed, so am I, while keeping my energy more or less consistent. And now he's going up, so I sense that, and I add some additional speed so I can follow him in the vertical. Here comes a snapshot. And I hit him. Yep. So that's been down. So classic two circle fight. Nothing fancy here, just keep to the appropriate speed ranges, and then when given the opportunity, don't waste it. And it's down. So this wasn't too bad. Here's the Tacview. At the merge, once again, the AI goes for the vertical, which is fine for a MiG, He's trying to pull the nose-to-nose fight, the one-circle fight. I'm staying down low, horizontal. He can't get the angle, so he tries to get behind me. And he can't keep up. So right now it looks like he's behind me, but I'm gonna start to gain on him eventually. Once again, my airspeed is a little too high, but I correct that. So back in the normal speed range, so that was a small mistake. But back in the normal speed range, again, I'm faster than him. And now the fight is going to slowly start to turn my way. He's still a little behind me. But as you can see, now we're at the opposite ends of the circle. I'm maintaining my speed. And he tries to go up, get some altitude, sacrifices quite a bit of airspeed. I have some energy to spare, so I can follow him up. So now I'm slowly pulling behind him. And once again, he senses that the fight's not going his way, so he changes the geometry, he goes up, and here's my opportunity. Take the shot, and the bandit is down. So this was okay. Not too many mistakes, I think. So fight number 3, or round number 3. Once again, at the merge, I'm trying to come in around 420 knots, or thereabouts. This time, just for kicks and giggles, I decided to go to the right, even though, for me personally, to the right is a little less convenient flying in the air, for whatever reason. So, once again, I cut the circle there, but I'm trying to keep my speed in the 400 range. I'm a little below that now. So there we are, we're more or less back in 400 range. Yep, there you go, 405, 410. So keeping a 2-circle fight. Staying down low, 420 knots. So now he's gonna be a little bit worried. So once again he is transitioning to a vertical fight, and I unload briefly to give myself airspeed to follow him up. But I don't quite get the angle, and now I lost my airspeed, which is fine. I'll go down and pick up some speed, get myself back. But we're in this scissors now. Rolling scissors. Here he disengages from the rolling scissors and tries to pick up speed and go straight up. And I picked up a little too much speed. I did the same, but I picked up too much speed, so I'm pulling too many G's, about 8 G's up at the top. Now I kind of lost my airspeed. I'm down to 325 knots. He's going up again, but the AI can go up even when they're barely moving. But I think I'm behind him and I'm close enough for a good shot, so I can follow him even though my airspeed is not that good. So I have the shot, and there goes the parachute. So I'm not sure if that was a mistake or not, but I figured there's an opportunity there. I was close enough, even though I didn't have the airspeed. I figured I was close enough to get a good shot, and I think it paid off. So last Tacview. Once again at the merge, this time I'm going in a right-hand circle. Once again, he's going up and trying to get the angle in a nose-to-nose fight, but I'm sticking with the two-circle fight. So as before, he drops down, picks up some airspeed, and then tries to cut the angles on me. So we chase each other down to the deck. I'm a little slower than what I should be. So I'm picking up some airspeed now. He still can't quite get his nose around to point at me. So classic two-circle fight. Nose to tail. So he's trying to get me to go up a little. So he goes for the vertical. I pick up a little bit of extra speed and I follow him up, but I didn't time it right. So we end up in this rolling scissor thing. We roll around each other vertically. So this goes on for a couple of circles. And now the guy disengages and picks up some speed and tries to go up. I do the same. I wanted to do a lag pursuit, but I kind of let the airspeed pick up a little too much, so he's over the top by now. But now I have an opportunity to give away a little bit of my energy to cut the corner, and now I'm really close behind him. So even though my airspeed has decayed, I have a good opportunity because I'm so close. And here comes the shot. And that's the bandit down. So even though my airspeed has decayed quite a bit, it was worth it in the end. I'm not really sure if that was a mistake or not, because if I didn't really kill him, it would have put me in a bad position, but it was worth the risk. And of course, as with all our missions, we must end on a high note. The landing is the reward for a good fight. So lighting up. There's the runway. 11 o'clock. Gear is down. Now we're going to follow the bracket. We're going to try to keep the circle in the bracket and come in on speed, the right angle of attack. There you go. Perfect. The Viper is actually fairly easy to land. It's much less temperamental than many other airplanes. It's fairly smooth and easy to maintain the right angle of attacking and the correct speed. It doesn't have any bad behaviors, so landing is a joy. It really is a lot of fun at the end of a challenging mission. So over the threshold, a little bit of a flare, and we're down. Keep the nose up until the airspeed decays. Open up the brakes. And that's it. See you in the next video.